It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Open man, it's Palmer. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. That's how you run the screen right there. The defenders get out of place, and then there's a lot of room to maneuver for your running back.
That's because all the defenders, or I should say the bulk of the defenders, were chasing the quarterback. Great disguise, great fake, got the screen out there, turned into a large gain.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Jackson on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
That's an early scrambler can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Henry
Touchdown, Baltimore. A strong run there where when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Complete to Johnston here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This is caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. Herbert. Flush to his right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight end.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Henley. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Herbert on third down now. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Jackson shakes off the sack. Flushed out right. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now it's Jackson.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
That is taken in by Hurst. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Forced out to his left.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, it's Herbert, eluding the pressure right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere seeing that play. Focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards in the first. Henry up the middle. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Jackson. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
It's a scintillating run by Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Sliding out of the pocket. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Open man is Palmer. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson.
That's going deep for Bateman.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On third down, Jackson. And bulldozing his way through.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson now. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 38 yards.
And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Herbert now.
That's completed right side to Palmer.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Herbert.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Third down and 1.
Now it's Herbert.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now Herbert going to change the look. Another run on 2nd down. Trying to cover up. Fights him off.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake.
Yeah, sure. Without a doubt. Because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds. Because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Here we go on 4th. Herbert steps away to his left. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
So it's a win here for the L.A. Chargers, and it was thanks to the fine play of their quarterback, CD, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and he did it with both his arm and his legs. You talk about a dual threat. How about this headline? 2 touchdowns passing, 2 more rushing. They just couldn't find a way to slow him down.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.